Hi everyone, this is Sheetal Chaudhary, your accounts master teacher, and I welcome you all once again to Vedantu Commerce. We are here for a better future. Hi Mamta, how are you? So let's have our today's schedule, guys. This is your last second session. After my session, you will be having your economic session with Neha ma'am at 7 p.m. So you will be having your economic session at 7 p.m. Now let's start this session with some positive thoughts, with some positive vibes. Hi Safi. So, all students can learn and all students can succeed, but not on the same day in the same way. So, अगर कोई आपका फ्रेंड अच्छे नंबर ला सकता है तो आप भी ला सकते हैं, पर उस टाइम ही नहीं. So all these students can learn and succeed, but not all on the same day and in the same way. मैम पार्टनरशिप रिवाइज कैसे करें? फर्स्ट चैप्टर से स्टार्ट करो. हर टॉपिक के एटलीस्ट 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस करो. पूरी बुक दोबारा से रिवाइज नहीं करनी. हर टॉपिक के एटलीस्ट 2 से 3 क्वेश्चन करो. दैट्स इट. 10 दिन में पूरी बुक आराम से हो सकती है. 10 दिन भी ज्यादा हो गए. So guys, this is class 12th accountancy session, and if you want daily updates and daily notes, then you can subscribe to our channel Vedantu Commerce. Go and subscribe to our channel for more such classes. Also, don't forget to like this video and share this with your friends. You guys can also join our official Telegram group Vedantu Commerce. The link is given in the description box below. We will be sharing all the notes in the PDF form in this group. This time notes बनाकर क्या करेंगे? नोट्स बनाने के लिए नहीं बोल रहे, हम लोग आपको बनाए हुए नोट्स देंगे. We are providing you each and every note in the PDF form. Now it's not the time to prepare notes. It's time to revise the notes that you have prepared earlier. अब टाइम नोट्स बनाने का नहीं है, नोट्स को पढ़ने का है. Hi Abhyankar, I am all good. What about you? And if you are confused that what to study, अगर आप इस टाइम confused हो कि क्या पढ़े, कैसे पढ़े, कहाँ से स्टार्ट करें, if you are confused, then we are here to provide you guideline. Then we are here to provide you all the structured format. We are here to guide you at each and every stage, for which you may take Vedantu Commerce Pro Subscription. In this, we are having proper crash courses for you, for your revision. So guys, in this, we are providing you a lot of benefits, including all these subjects: accounts, economics, business studies, and mathematics. All these subjects are included in this pro subscription. सारे के सारे subject इसमें included हैं. उसके बाद we are providing you more than 10 teachers having 5 years of experience. So highly experienced teachers will be teaching you. Along with that, all the teachers will work on your areas of weakness. आप जिस भी चैप्टर में वीक हो, ये सारी टीचर्स उस चैप्टर पे काम करेंगे. We are providing you more than 2000 hours of live online teaching. You can watch unlimited live classes with us of all these subjects. साफी, मैं ऐसे गंदे काम नहीं करती. पेपर लीक कर दो. You have enough time to give your best. पेपर लीक करना is not a solution. मेहनत करो, मेहनत का फल अच्छा होता है. Along with that, we are providing you test series also, we are providing you assignments also, and all the classes will be conducted in English in this session, in this pro subscription. साफी अगर इतना डर है तो आप प्रो सब्सक्रिप्शन ले सकते हो. प्रो सब्सक्रिप्शन में आपको अच्छे से अच्छे टीचर्स मिलेंगे, वहां पर प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर से पढ़ाई करवाई जाएगी. And this pro subscription will definitely help you to score good marks. So the actual price of this pro subscription for 1 month is 3499. But right now we are providing you flat 20% off on this pro subscription, after which you will only have to pay 2799. After discount, you have to only pay 2799 for 4 subject. It means आपको एक सब्जेक्ट के लिए only 699 पे करना है. You have to pay 699 only for one subject. So what are you waiting for? You have only 2 months now. Go and take this pro subscription quickly so that you can score good marks in your board's exam. The code that you can use for getting discount is SCPRO. This is my code which will help you to get 20% discount on pro subscription. And I would love to teach you all on pro subscription. तो जाइए और लीजिए प्रो सब्सक्रिप्शन. अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा डर लग रहा है बोर्ड्स को लेके, अगर आपको अच्छे मार्क्स लाने हैं, I can bet you that this is going to help you for sure. So now let's start our today's chapter, our today's revision. The topic, the chapter is accounting ratio. आज हम कौन से चैप्टर की रिवीजन करने वाले हैं? अकाउंटिंग रेशो की. So let's start with how to do revision and how to solve practical question of accounting ratio. कैसे questions को solve करें और कैसे revision करें. So now we will do practical question of this chapter. The first question is on your screen. This is the first question. This is the first question. पहला क्वेश्चन है, करंट लाइबिलिटीज ऑफ अ कंपनी आर ₹75,000. करंट लाइबिलिटीज आर गिवन 75,000. इफ करंट रेशो इज 4:1 and liquid ratio is 1:1, calculate the value of current asset, calculate the value of liquid asset and inventory. Current liability is given to us, current ratio is given, liquid ratio is given. From the help of given information, we have to find out the current asset, current liability and inventory. हमें 3 चीजें कैलकुलेट करनी है. current asset, current liability, नहीं, current asset, liquid asset and inventory. So let's start this question. First of all, write down the formula for current assets. First of all, write down the formula for current ratio. Current ratio का formula लिखेंगे. Current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liability. Current ratio is given 4:1. Current ratio is given 4:1. Current assets are not given, but current liability is given 75,000. So with the help of given information, यहां से हम लोग क्या निकालेंगे? Current assets. So cross multiply, your current assets will be equal to 75,000 multiplied by 4, it will be 3 lakh rupees. Current assets are equal to 3 lakh rupees. So your current assets are 3 lakh rupees. Current assets are 3 lakh rupees. Then similarly we will find out the value of liquid asset. ऐसे ही हम लोग liquid asset की value निकालेंगे. Write down the formula of liquid ratio. Liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets divided by current liability. Liquid assets are not given in the question. Liquid assets हमें find out करने हैं. So liquid ratio is 1:1. Liquid ratio is 1:1. Liquid assets divided by current liability. Current liability is given 75,000. Hi Weens, I am all good. So 1 liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets divided by 75 divided by current liability. Now cross multiply to find out the value of liquid asset. Liquid assets को निकालने के लिए हम लोग cross multiply करेंगे and liquid assets finally are of rupees 75,000. Liquid assets कितने आ गए? 75,000. We have calculated current asset. We have calculated liquid assets. Now calculate inventory. Inventory is equal to current assets minus liquid asset. Inventory is equal to current asset minus liquid asset. So 3 lakh minus 75,000. Your inventory is equal to 2,25,000. Inventory is equal to 2,25,000. So first current assets is equal to 3 lakh, second liquid asset is equal to 75,000 and third inventory is equal to 2,25,000. This is our question and this is a very important question in terms of ratio analysis. Now, I hope that this question is clear to everyone. So, coming on to our second question. Coming on to our second question. The second question is this one. This is a very good question because in this question we will calculate 6 ratios. In this question, we will calculate 6 ratios. Which one? Gross profit ratio, inventory turnover ratio, current ratio, liquid ratio, net profit ratio, and working capital ratio. So, half chapter is covered in this single question. Half chapter is covered in this single question. So these are the figures that are given to us. This information is given to us with the help of which we will find out 6 ratios. Starting with the first one. First, we have to find out gross profit ratio. First, we have to find out gross profit ratio. The formula to calculate gross profit ratio is gross profit divided by net revenue from operation multiplied by 100. How we will calculate the gross profit ratio? Gross profit divided by net revenue from operations multiplied by 100. Now, can you see gross profit in this given information? Can you find out gross profit in this given information? The answer is no. Gross profit is not given in the question. So, now first of all, before calculating the gross profit ratio, you will calculate gross profit. We have to calculate gross profit. Gross profit is equal to sales minus cost of goods sold. Gross profit is equal to sales, revenue from operation minus cost of goods sold. 25,20,000 minus 19,20,000. It will be 6 lakh. Your GP, your gross profit is 6 lakh. Divide gross profit, divide 6 lakh by net revenue from operation. Divide 6 lakh by revenue from operation, that is 25,20,000. So gross profit ratio is equal to 6 lakh divided by 25,20,000 multiplied by 100. Your gross profit ratio comes to 23.81. Gross profit ratio is 23.81. So this is your gross profit ratio. Now coming on to the next part. Next part is inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio. What is the formula to calculate inventory turnover ratio? What is the formula? The formula is cost of revenue from operation. Cost of revenue from operation divided by average inventory. You will divide the cost of revenue. You will divide the cost of goods sold by the average inventory. So cost of goods sold is directly given in the question. Cost of goods sold or cost of revenue is directly given in the question. 19,20,000. We will divide the cost by average inventory. Average inventory is also given. Average inventory भी given है question में 8 lakh. So to calculate inventory turnover ratio, divide cost of revenue from operation by the average inventory. 19,20,000 divided by 8 lakh. 0 to 0 cancel. 192 divided by 8, your percentage will be 24. 24. Your answer will be 24. So inventory turnover ratio is 24. It will be 1 minute. 19,20,000 divided by 8 lakh. So it is not 24, it is 2.4. And turnover ratio is always written in the form of time. Turnover ratio is always written in the form of times. So 19,20,000 divided by 8 lakh, your answer is 2.4 times. The answer is 2.4 times. Then the next we have to calculate current ratio. Next we have to calculate current ratio. Is current ratio given in the question? Is current assets given in the question? Because the formula to calculate current ratio is current assets divided by current liability. Current liabilities are directly given. Now, are the current assets also given? Current assets given hai? The answer is no. Liquid assets are given. Liquid assets are given to us. So, now we will find out current assets. Current assets is equal to liquid asset plus inventory. Current assets are equal to liquid assets plus inventory. So in liquid assets 7,60,000, you will add average inventory. In the liquid assets 7,60,000, we will add inventory to find out current assets. So current assets will be equal to 15,60,000 divided by current liability. Current liability is directly given 6 lakh. So 15,60,000 divided by 6 lakh. Your ratio is 2.6:1. Your current ratio will be 2.6:1. 2.6:1. This is your current ratio. Hi Ujjwal. Current assets is equal to liquid assets plus inventory. Current assets will be 15,60,000 divided by current liability, that is directly given 6 lakh. So 15,60,000 divided by 6 lakh multiplied by, not multiplied by 100. You will not multiply it by 100. So the ratio is 2.6:1. 2.6:1. Now we will calculate liquid ratio. So liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets. Liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets divided by current liability. Liquid assets are 7,60,000. Current liability is 6 lakh. So 7,60,000 divided by 6 lakh. Your answer is 1.26:1. Your answer is 1.26:1. So this is current ratio. Current assets is equal to liquid assets plus inventory. Current assets 15,60,000 divided by 6 lakh. Your current ratio was 2.6:1. Current ratio was 2.6:1. And the liquid ratio is liquid assets divided by current liability. 7,60,000 divided by 6 lakh. The liquid ratio is 1.27:1 because it is 1.2666. So you will take it 1.27. That the ratio is 1.27:1. Liquid assets are directly given, but current assets are not directly given. We have calculated it. So how many ratios we have calculated till now? 4. We have calculated 4 ratios till now. Now the next ratio that we have to calculate is a net profit ratio. Next ratio that we have to calculate is the net profit ratio. The formula to calculate net profit ratio is net profit divided by revenue from operation. Net profit ratio is equal to net profit divided by revenue from operation multiplied by 100. Because gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, they are in terms of percentage. नेट प्रॉफिट रेशियो और ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट रेशियो के आंसर परसेंटेज फॉर्म में होते हैं. तो आप क्या करोगे? मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करोगे टू कैलकुलेट द रेशियो. नाउ द नेट प्रॉफिट इज डायरेक्टली गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. नेट प्रॉफिट इज गिवन and revenue from operation is also given in the question. So we will take the figures. हमें calculate नहीं करना. It is directly given. Net profit 3,60,000. Revenue from operation 25,20,000. Net profit and revenue from operation directly given है question में. So we will take the figures. 3,60,000 divided by 25,20,000 multiplied by 100. Your net profit ratio is 14.28%. 14.28%. Always write down percent. So this is your net profit ratio, 14.28%. Now the last is working capital. You have to calculate the working capital ratio. The formula to calculate working capital ratio is revenue from operation divided by working capital. Revenue from operation divided by working capital. Revenue from operation is directly given 25,20,000. It is directly given. Working capital we will calculate. Working capital we will calculate current assets minus current liability. Hi Neelam. We will calculate working capital, current assets minus current liability. Current assets we have already calculated. Current assets we have already calculated in the current ratio. Current assets are 15,60,000. Current assets we have already calculated in the current ratio 15,60,000. Current liabilities are directly given 6 lakh. Current liabilities are directly given. So working capital is 9,60,000. Working capital is 9,60,000. Revenue from operation is directly given. So working capital ratio is equal to revenue from operation divided by working capital. 25,20,000 divided by 9,60,000. The ratio is 2.625 times. The ratio is 2.625 times. This is your question in which we have calculated 6 ratios. So tell me, is this question clear to everyone? Is this question clear to all of you? Yes, Ujjwal. What about others? Okay, so now coming on to our third question, and this is the question. So, the following balance sheet is given. The following balance sheet and other information is given. Calculate the following ratio. We have to calculate the following ratio. Debt equity ratio, working capital turnover ratio, and trade receivable turnover ratio. So first we have to calculate debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio is equal to debt divided by equity. Debt equity ratio is equal to debt divided by equity. Debt is equal to long-term borrowings. Debt is equal to long-term borrowing. So debt will be 12 lakh. Debt will be 12 lakh. Equity. Equity is equal to share capital plus reserves and surplus. Equity is equal to share capital plus reserves and surplus. So, share capital plus reserves and surplus is 19 lakh. 10 lakh plus 9 lakh is equal to 19 lakh. So, debt equal to 12 lakh, equity equal to 19 lakh. So, 12 lakh divided by 19 lakh is equal to 0.63 is equal to 0.63. So your debt equity ratio is 0.63:1. Your debt equity ratio is 0.63:1. Debt is equal to long-term borrowing, equity is equal to share capital plus reserves and surplus. So 12 lakh divided by 19 lakh, it is 0.63:1. Then next we have to calculate working capital turnover ratio. The next ratio that we have to calculate is working capital turnover ratio. How we calculate the working capital turnover ratio? Revenue from operation divided by working capital. Revenue from operation divided by working capital. So revenue from operation is directly given in the question. Revenue from operation is directly given in the question, 18 lakh. 18 lakh divided by working capital. Working capital we will calculate. Working capital we will calculate. So working capital is equal to current assets minus current liability. Working capital is equal to current assets. Current assets are 4 lakh plus 9 lakh plus 5 lakh, 18 lakh. Current assets minus current liability. Working capital is equal to current assets minus current liability. Current assets are 4 lakh, just a minute. So, your current assets are equal to 18 lakh. 4 lakh plus 9 lakh plus 5 lakh. Your current assets are equal to 18 lakh. From this, we will subtract current liability. So, current liability is equal to 5 lakh. Current liability is equal to 5 lakh. So, current assets 18 lakh minus 5 lakh current liability. Your working capital will be equal to 13 lakh. Your working capital is 13 lakh. Now calculate the working capital ratio, working capital turnover ratio. Revenue from operation 18 lakh. Working capital we have calculated, that is 13 lakh. So 18 lakh divided by 13 lakh. 18 lakh divided by 13 lakh, it is equal to 1.384. It is equal to 1.384. So your working capital is equal to 1.39 times, because it is coming 1.384. So this we will write as 1.39 times. 18 lakh divided by 13 lakh. Hi, Ramana. So this is your working capital turnover ratio, that is 1.39 times. So revenue from operation was given already in the question. We have calculated working capital. Now we will calculate the next one. The next we have to calculate is trade receivable turnover ratio. Next, we have to calculate trade receivable turnover ratio. The formula to calculate trade receivable turnover ratio is revenue from operation divided by average trade receivable. The formula to calculate trade receivable turnover ratio is revenue from operation divided by average trade receivable. Revenue from operation is given in the question 18 lakh. Trade receivables given in the question is 9 lakh. So you will assume that average trade receivable, we will assume that average trade receivable are also 9 lakh. So we will assume that average trade receivable are also 9 lakh. 18 lakh divided by 9 lakh. 18 lakh divided by 9 lakh, your answer will be 2 times. Your answer will be 2 times. So your trade receivable turnover ratio is 2 times. Hi Prithviraj, hi Kuldeep. So revenue from operation net credit sale is 18 lakh. Average trade receivable is 9 lakh. So trade receivable turnover ratio is net credit sales divided by average trade receivable. Net credit sale divided by average trade receivable. Now please read these notes carefully. Read these notes. Revenue from operation are assumed to be revenue generated from credit sale. We have assumed that the revenue from operation is generated from the credit sale. So credit sales are equal to revenue from operation. And second assumption is the amount of trade receivable given in the balance sheet is assumed to be average trade receivable. जो भी ट्रेड रिसीवेबल बैलेंस शीट में गिवन है, हमने उन्हीं को एवरेज ट्रेड रिसीवेबल माना है. So net credit sale is equal to revenue from operation. This is first assumption. And average trade receivable is equal to trade receivable. This is second assumption. So your trade receivable turnover ratio is 2 times. So this question is complete. Now tell me, is this question clear to everyone? Is this question clear to everyone? Yep, Ujjwal. What about others? Those who are not sleeping, please answer. Those who are sleeping may not answer. One out of 6 only. What about the remaining 5 students? Is this clear to you or not? Clear, Kuljeet? Others are taking a nap, हाँ? बाकी सब सो रहे हैं क्लास देखते देखते. So, do you guys want more classes like this? Do you want more classes like this? So guys, if you want more classes like this, then you can take Vedantu Commerce Pro Subscription. In this Pro Subscription, we are providing you a lot of benefits which includes all these. And through this Pro Subscription, you can easily score good marks in your exam. By this Pro Subscription, you can easily score good marks in your exam because all of these benefits are provided to you. The actual price of this Pro subscription for 1 month is 3499. बट राइट नाउ हम आपको 20% डिस्काउंट दे रहे हैं इस प्रो सब्सक्रिप्शन में, और डिस्काउंट के बाद आपको सिर्फ पे करने पड़ेंगे 2799 फॉर 1 मंथ. आपको एक महीने के लिए सिर्फ 2799 पे करना है, जिसमें आपको चारों सब्जेक्ट्स मिलते हैं. आपको अकाउंट्स भी मिलेगा, इकोनॉमिक्स भी मिलेगा, बिजनेस भी मिलेगा, मैथ्स भी मिलेगा. तो अगर आप 4 सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए 2799 पे कर रहे हो, इट मीन्स आपको एक सब्जेक्ट के लिए ओनली 699 पे करना है. सो यू हैव अ वेरी लिमिटेड टाइम नाउ. यू हैव ओनली 2 months. So if you are confused at how to study, how to do revision now, you can take Pro subscription for that. So guys, what are you waiting for? Go and quickly take this so that you can score good marks in your exam. And for getting discount, अगर आपको discount चाहिए, then you can use my code SCPRO. So go and use my code to take 20% discount on Pro subscription. And I would love to teach you all on Pro subscription. So guys, that's it for today. Now see you all in the next class tomorrow at 6 p.m. कल मिलते हैं 6 बजे सेम जगह पे सेम टाइम पर with some more important question of the same chapter. कल हम यही चैप्टर करेंगे कुछ और इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस के साथ. एंड अगर आपको चाहिए डेली नोट्स और डेली अपडेट्स, तो जाइए हमारे चैनल वेदांतु कॉमर्स को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए और शेयर कीजिए. सो गो एंड क्विकली जॉइन दी channel, subscribe the channel so that you can watch more such classes with us. You guys can also join ऑफिशियल टेलीग्राम ग्रुप वेदांतु कॉमर्स. अगर आपको ये सारी नोट्स पीडीएफ में चाहिए तो हमारे टेलीग्राम ग्रुप को ज्वाइन करें. द लिंक इज गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स बिलो. नाउ thank you everyone for watching this session. I hope that you all enjoyed this session. Now see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Till then, good night, have sweet dreams and take care. Bye bye everyone.